Hey guys, in this video I'll show you things that allowed us to basically scale Pinterest ads from zero. As you can see here, basically brand new store, brand new funnel, and scale it to over $500,000 in sales with about 40% profit margins in just a little bit over 1 month. So you can see we started here on, so it was like end of April, and so now like we're spending like around like $4,000 or $5,000 a day, and making about $15,000 to $20,000 per day in sales. What I want to show you in this video, guys, is basically some of the things that you can use for Pinterest ads, the strategies, specific strategies that you can utilize, and how you can replicate these results for yourself. Now, Pinterest ad has been like tremendous platform for us because it's like they don't shut down your account just by chance like Facebook. They are like, so the compliance issues, like all of those things are less kind of like strict. They provide you with a wrap from day one, right? So this is awesome. By the way, guys, if you're looking for like detailed training, what I'm going to do is basically just take this whole kind of like funnel, the product, the ads, like everything basically, and then just lay it out as is, you know, basically from start to the end, like how we scale this product from zero, how we optimize, how we scale the ads on Pinterest, and basically put it inside of like case studies. So it will be like a training, like a course, where basically like reveal everything, so you can just, you know, take and emulate those things for yourself, for your business. So if you're interested in that, there should be like a link below this video, so you sign up for a waiting list. Once it's released, I'll share it with you right away. I think it's tremendous opportunity right now on Pinterest, and you will see some of the biggest guys, some of the biggest like e-commerce businesses right now, they're utilizing Pinterest ads like extensively, very extensively. See guys, here for example, right, so Shapermint is a huge business, right? It's a huge business. It's 9-figure business. They're doing very well, and you can see here like typically they would like do 2 million like visitors, 1 to 2 million, like sometimes even like 3 million visitors per month, high quality traffic, right? And they're very heavy spenders on Facebook, right? So basically they're driving a lot of traffic from Facebook. But what is more interesting, guys, is this, right? So this is where their traffic comes from, right? So Pinterest is an amazing platform that a lot of businesses, and if you haven't seen their ads, their products, they're kind of like, they're not entirely, like if you would run these products on Pinterest and you wouldn't have like a very good like account and very good standing, like so Facebook doesn't trust you, then probably you wouldn't be able to run these ads for a long time because Facebook would just simply, you know, shut you down. So, but you can see they're selling these products very extensively on Pinterest, and it goes very well for them. So I want to share with you guys basically the strategies that we use to scale Pinterest. So if you want to apply for the waiting list, there should be a link below this video. But in this video specifically, I want to share with you the strategies that we have used to scale this account to this level, right? So number one, and this is very similar to Facebook, right? So Pinterest is all about the creative, and if you want to do well on Pinterest, then you have to do your creative like properly, right? You have to focus on testing many different types of the creatives, and obviously the Pinterest creative is slightly different. It's more like vertical instead of on Facebook it's more like square. So on Pinterest more like vertical. So specific format for the ads works the best, which is like more like vertical ads. And you can see like if you just go on Pinterest and see kind of like what format like most of the posts, most of the pins as they call them have, that will be exactly the format that you should use for your ads. And you should test and figure out like basically the variations, the winning combinations for the creative, because that will drive the whole that will drive your whole business, right? That will be the main thing that will drive your business. The way I see it, there are always two parts, right? So whether it's Facebook, whether it's Google, whether it's like Pinterest, any ad platform, there are like two parts, right? There's ads where you have to figure out how to make the ads that are like getting like good click-through rate, good cost per click, that are getting like, basically great metrics on that side. And you have to figure out on the funnel side, you have to make sure that the funnel actually converts and you actually generating sales there, right? So these are like basically just two parts that you have to figure out, whether it's with Facebook, with Pinterest, any other platform, right? So on the ad side, we have tested basically hundreds of variations of the ad creatives. It wasn't like suddenly, like we start doing something that like suddenly that picks up. So we started like testing many different variations until we found the ones that just worked the best. And after that, we started to, basically scale gradually. That's where it started to get momentum. Now, at the same time, guys, the other part of it, the funnel part, right? So the funnel part of it, like, you have to focus on products that have like higher like profit margins, right? Obviously, you can go with the path with like where you have multiple products and more like a general store on Pinterest, and you might see like some people doing like very well with this model. But at the same time, if you focus like on one great product that for sure sells, and then you just figure out how to sell it on Pinterest, then you would just absolutely crush it, because you will be able to optimize and hyper optimize your funnel for profitability, for margins. And so just to give you perspective, like we have tested basically 3, even like 4 variations of a funnel to see which one converts the best, to see which one gets the best results possible, and the best value from each like click that we drive through it, right? So that's hyper important. If you have, for example, the product or the proof of concept that kind of like works, then you need to improve farther on that concept, right? You need to introduce like maybe new funnels, new landing pages, and just try to beat that control, because that will be huge amount of the impact that you will create, right? So that's number 2, right? Focusing on those like creative part and on the funnel. And the number 3 is just letting the algorithm do its work. So for example, here you can see, right, we simply like on Pinterest, we scaled like gradually here, right? But then we try and like kind of like maintain pretty much very similar volume. So on some days we spend like I think the biggest day was probably spent like $7.8 thousand, right? And some, yeah, it's like $7,000 per day, like in ad spend, right? And what we have learned through this experience is that the more you touch your your ads, like for example on Facebook, I know a lot of advertisers, they're like impatient, right? They're just like, they're refreshing the ads in like few hours. And I used to be the same. And I used to be like, I would log into like dashboards like every few hours and like refresh, and like if ad is like not performing, we'll kill it after only like few dollars in ad spend. Now I've gotten like more patient, right? And I understand that if you want to get like good performance from your like ads, then you have to give them time to optimize and give them time to basically just perform, right? So that's hyper important fact. So with Pinterest, for example, we try to like play with some ad sets. Like for example, the ad set would perform well, and then we would kill it, right? And then like suddenly our performance would drop, or we would change some things like too rapidly. Like for example, we changed the bidding, for example, we changed too rapidly, right? And that also would lead to the drop in the performance. So basically leaving it, and it is pretty like hands off, like once you run it, and you don't want to be like checking it like 20 times a day. Like you may check it like once or twice a day, because if you just like try to like change too many things, then the algorithm simply doesn't have time to learn and adjust. And Pinterest has now one of the best algorithms. That's what their reps told me. But I truly see that. I truly see their performance. I truly see how efficient that is for basically driving traffic and optimizing. Just the performance stays very consistent day to day. There are fluctuations, like more or less, but overall it stays very, very profitable. So this is it, guys. These are the 3 things that you should pay attention to when you advertise on Pinterest. I highly recommend you just go on Pinterest, figure it out. And if you're looking for help, basically figuring this out, then there should be like a link to a waiting list for the training that I'll put together. So I'll release basically a case studies, like everything is kind of like showed how we run everything, and so you can replicate those things on your side. So if you're interested in that, there should be a link below. Apply for the waiting list for the training. And guys, if you're already running Pinterest ads, if you're looking to scale them, then there should be a link to apply for a free strategy session with our team. We'll break down your business, and it's only for businesses that already like generate sales, that already like 6-7 figure level, that want to scale to the next level. So these are the people that we can help. This is not for people who are just like starting out from zero. But yeah, if you're looking for a Pinterest training that covers this like in a great detail, so you can just have the shortcut and just surpass, we've spent like $143,000 here just in this account, and it was, it was great, like learning experience, a lot of things, a lot of mistakes, but those things, some of those mistakes you don't have to do, right? If you learn them and if you apply them for your own business. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys today. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.